Hello everybody, this is Dan Parker. I'm coming to you from my shop. Please excuse the mess on my workbench, but this will be the first video I made tonight with my new GoPro Hero 5 Black that George and Jackie Bryce from Star Power donated to me. And so I want to explain a few things tonight on how I measure things. People always ask me that, how I accomplish certain tasks. And so I laid out most of the tools I use every day. This is probably the most simple talking tape measure.
Including case, 3 3/4 inches. 1 foot and 7/8 of an inch, including case.
I very rarely use that.
3 3/4 inches, including case.
It starts repeating itself, and it's not as accurate as I would like.
Turning off in 5 seconds.
That's the next thing. It turns off very fast. The number one thing that I use every day is what's called a click rule. And if you look at this, it basically looks like a depth mic. It uses a 3/8/16 all thread that has a spring ball that's loaded. You can hear it, clicking. So each click is 1/16 of an inch. Each one of those lines is a 1/2 inch. So if you wanted 2 inches, you go half, 1, 1.5, 2. Slide that to your fingernail. That's exactly 2 inches from there to there. Then it's exactly 6 inches from here to the backstop. Another 1/4 inch for the inside measurement of a backstop. Then you can screw in 12-inch extensions up to 8. I've used as long as 8 feet long for my boat project I made at school. This tool here should be in a sighted person's toolbox, because here in a minute we're going to test my theory. I've never done it before. I believe I can cut something on the sheet metal shear more accurate than a sighted person can with a tape measure with this right here. Up to a certain amount, maybe 2 feet and under. So we're going to come back and try that. But that's called a click rule. Next is a gift that Jay Blake bought for me when I first went blind. Jay owns a Top Alcohol Funny Car team, and you go to his Facebook page. It's called Follow a Dream. He's totally blind. Forklift tire blew up in his face, took both eyes, sight, and smell out. And OL. So
capacitance 1.16 nanofarad. AC 0.006 volt. DC minus 2.0 millivolt.
So just by touching this little button on the positive lead, it talks to me, reads me it speaks to me the measurement, and of course you can see I can select which meter setting I want. That's another tool that a sighted person should have. Unfortunately, I've heard they do not make that. That's made by Shop Talk. But how many times you've been laid up under a dash of a car trying to diagnose a wiring problem to have to stick your head out to read the meter? Whereas if you're up under the dash, you could just listen to your setting. Another great tool that a sighted person could come in handy with. Third, I don't actually know which number this is, but this is my iPhone. I use this every day. I post on Twitter, Facebook, send emails, surf the net, go to competitionplus.com, Drag Illustrated, Dragzine, all the big websites to, follow my racing. One thing that's sort of neat about this that you'll see, all right, that screen is black right now. So now you can see it. It doesn't do me any good if the screen's on. All it's doing is killing battery. So now on my page 3.
Pages, Dropbox, Google Maps, Claynometer, Pandora, Claynometer. Double tap to open.
1 degree. 21 degrees. 27 degrees. 39 degrees. 1 degree.
So there's my
33 degrees.
Claynometer.
I've actually used that to set the pinion angle for a 3-second nitrous car. after I went blind, and it worked great. Last is my talking calipers.
0.0005 inches.
So, you know, I can measure stuff.
0.5540 inches.
And Mark Sisk, in the very early days of my blindness, bought me the talk box, the calipers, everything, and I use them every time I do machine work. So we're going to test my theory. I'm going to try to cut a piece of sheet metal. Let's just bring a number up. Say 1 3/16. So half 1. You see that it's exactly within that fingernail notch there. 1, 2, 3. Lock it down. So that should be 1 3/16 from there to there. We're going to go cut a piece of sheet metal, come back and measure the calipers. I've never done this before, but I know it's super accurate, so let's go give it a try. All right, we're at my sheet metal shear. I've got just a piece of metal sitting here. It's just a random piece, nothing. And let me feel it and make sure it's been, yeah, it's been sheared before, so it's, you know, working off that edge is good. It's gonna be a little loud. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my click rule on the metal here and slide it till I touch my shear, and then set down and we'll cut it. We'll see how accurate. We'll go back and measure it, see how accurate we are. So, all right, it's gonna be a little loud. Hang on. Yeah, everybody worries I'm gonna stick my thumb in that one day, but hopefully not. All right, we're shooting from 1 3/16. 1.1875.
1.1610 inches.
All right, so we were roughly 25 thousandths off.
1.1595 inches. 1.1625 inches.
At 25 thousandths, so that's less than a 30-second. I call that good enough to go. So this is sort of the main things I use every day. I have one other thing I just thought of, how I modified my milling machine so I can count the revolutions and everything, etc., on keeping up with my parts I mill. Here's your dials for a milling machine. 1 revolution is 200 thousandths. So 8, if you divided the 200 by 8, that'd be 25 thousandths. So every 25 thousandths, we put a smash rivet in, drilled it, and we have alternated 1 rivet and then 2 rivets. So when those two line up, see, that's a 2 rivet. So I know that position of the handle is roughly 3 o'clock. So let's say if I wanted to go 11/16, 687 thousandths. I'll go 1, 2, 3. So there's 2 rivets. So that's 600 thousandths. 25, 650, 675. Let's just now split the difference. You know, and that'd be pretty close to 687. I guarantee it's within about 5. So that's how I operate my milling machine on both my X and Y axis. My Z, I know 1 revolution of the knee is 100 thousandths, so I just use off a clock, you know, 25 thousandths to be at the 3 o'clock position, etc., when I work on it. So hopefully I'm gonna start making more videos, how I do things, maybe record a few of my antics over the years and racing and cutting up and practical jokes. I appreciate everybody following my progress. My car, I'm gonna tilt the camera up. Please excuse the mess in the shop. There's the car. You can see my panels I've been making. One thing I'm really proud of is the back of the car, this body. This entire body I've made by myself. I had a friend roll the radiuses, but they were not cut to length. They're fitted. So I fit everything. I made my center strip, step flanged it, I just recently made these two pieces here. I've laid out and drilled every hole by myself. I've, fitted these pieces, step flanged them, every hole, every cleco, everything I 100% fitted by myself. So I'm about to need a little help coming over to start welding some Zeus tabs on the framework to hold the body. That's one thing that's real critical to get it exactly looking good and secure, so it's very stable and so it doesn't cut down on any vibration, because I got to have a really quiet cockpit area for my guidance system to be able to hear it. All right, well, that's a little Sunday night fab with the blind man. I appreciate everybody following my page and hope you enjoy my videos. Thank you so much. GoPro off. GoPro, stop recording.